Hey, party people! Welcome once again to the Party of One podcast, the actual play RPG podcast where the gaming table is always set for two. I am your host, as always, Jeff Stormer. This week I am joined once again by Riley Hopkins, designer of the game Interstitial, Our Hearts Intertwined, currently on Kickstarter, for the second half of our Quiet Year adventure. We left our quiet Parkside community in a state of relative chaos, swirling in mystery as we head into the back half of the year. Will we be able to strike out some semblance of security and safety, or will our own demons, as well as the demons outside of our walls, come to claim us by the end of the Quiet Year? You'll have to listen to find out. As I mentioned previously, Riley, in addition to a million other things that I'll let them describe on the episode, is the designer of Interstitial, Our Hearts Intertwined, a Powered by the Apocalypse game about mashing up fictional properties, making friends, and seeing what happens when we hop from world to world. It is directly inspired by games like Kingdom Hearts crossover comics. It is just so cool and so awesome. It is currently on Kickstarter, breezing through stretch goals. You should go back it immediately. You can find more information about that, all of Riley's work, and the Quiet Year in the show notes below. Before we dive in, I do want to reiterate the content warnings from the previous episode. This game deals with some themes of prejudice in a way that might make listeners uncomfortable. It is also just a very dark, mysterious, horror-tinged game of the Quiet Year. If horror is not your bag, listeners be advised. And with that out of the way, let's throw it over to me in the past so that he can get started with the show. Take it past me.
Thanks, future me. This week I'm sitting down once again with Riley Hopkins. Riley, how pumped are you to be back?
I'm very excited. We have a nightmare unfolding in front of us.
It's such a nightmare. So, we are back with part 2 of our game of the Quiet Year. It is hell? We're in hell? Is this hell?
We're in a bad, urban shadows is one way to say it, but just everything is bad and keeps going worse.
It just does not get better. Why don't we briefly kind of summarize our community to date? We'll dive right back in. Let's go back over where we're at. So our community settled in a small urban park. There were walls all around us. There was a small gate to the south. We had settled where a building had collapsed to the side. Very quickly, we were met with a community of sewer dwellers. They came up from the sewers. They were very kind to us, and we pushed them away. Because we deserve the hell that we're in. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
We pushed them away. They have moved into the apartment complex and have become very self-sustaining there. There are connections to the sewers. They have set up a nice life in the apartment complex. In that, it has since then, outside of the apartment complex, begun to storm constantly. It has been nighttime for weeks.
Yep. A section of the city is missing.
A section of the city has gone missing, and there are giant footprints. And there have been 2 armed insurrections. Mm-hmm. 2 of them. And, there's the swarm.
How can we forget about the swarm? Or that time all the electricity in one section of the city went out for 5 minutes.
Yeah, there's also that. The buzzing of this post-apocalypse city is running around us, and it just stopped one day. And it was quiet. And that's horrifying. And also, there's this endless swarm of glowing golden things.
And turns out it's us after we turn 30?
Yes, except now where people are willingly joining the swarm, and that number keeps dropping, and now the oldest in our community is 28.
Mm-hmm.
It's real good times as we head into the autumn.
Oh god, who is drawing? Is it me? Is it you?
You, I believe, drew the last card.
That sounds right.
No, I drew the last. No, yeah, I think you drew the last card.
Listen, I'm down either way. Either way, we're both gonna make this worse. So
it's the autumn, so I will draw the first card. I don't know why I said that like those things are connected, but I will draw the first card. It's autumn. All right. I've drawn the 2 of autumn.
Okay.
Someone returns to the community. Who and where were they?
Oh, I have a terrible idea. I have a terrible idea, Jeff.
Oliver comes back.
Oh, that's also good.
Oliver comes back. Okay, so Oliver walks through the gate, and they are bigger and brighter and golder than ever. I'm going to draw a series of gold lines around Oliver. They are massive. Like, they are glowing and golden and powerful and as brash and confident as they've ever been.
Do they pick up the sword again? Just walk right over to where it's been in the ground and just shink?
Just flip it in their hands and just throw it over their shoulder like, I'm back.
Oh, and the crowd goes mild. No one knows what to do.
No one has any idea what to do.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no! Oh, no!
Click. 2.
Oh, so many projects are wrapping up just as Oliver has come back.
Yep. Knock, knock. Open up the door. It's real.
And there's 47 holy weapons waiting for them upon their return.
So let's resolve it. Let's resolve them first.
They come back and, oh no, there are so many weapons. Okay, so I guess the question... I think that we imprison Oliver.
Oh. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
because y'all were turning on them. Contempt, first off.
I think that they turn on them. I think that... Well, because I think that we turned on Remy and her crew.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we've lost all trust for the glowing people.
We are afraid of anything stronger than us. That much is clear.
We have turned, because we saw how this played out last time somebody came back from the outside glowing with a weapon in hand.
Shit.
So I think with our holy weapons, we just cold lock them up.
Oh my god.
We just cold say, no, you are not. You are not to be trifled with.
Remy is also still in jail. We haven't dealt with that.
Oh, no.
So are there
correct.
cells just right across from one another?
For sure. We've built our little wooden jail, and we're pretty confident that they could probably break it if they tried. Either one of them could probably break it, but it's a symbolic gesture, I think.
Mm-hmm. And they're respecting it, which is even scarier.
That's kind of more horrifying. Alright, so, and we have diplomatic meetings with the apartment dwellers. I think they go... I don't think they go great. But I think they go okay. It's a step forward for the community. I'm going to draw... Here, I'm going to draw a little handshake. I think it goes as well as it can go. The apartment dwellers say... it's basically like... We don't forgive you. Like, why would we?
Mm-hmm.
But, if you're wondering if we're a threat, why would we be? We've watched you. We can see you out of our windows, and what is there to be afraid of? Stay on your side. Stay outside of the apartment, and we'll stay in the apartment and in the sewers. If you're looking for a truce, you will not get one. Or if you're looking for a truce, fine, truce. If you're looking for a partnership, you will not get one.
Yep.
Like I said, it's not great. But it's about what we probably deserve.
Yeah.
Okay. Your turn.
All right. Oh, no, you still have to start a project or hold a discussion or discover something.
Oh, damn. I want to hold a discussion.
Yeah.
Do we trust Remy and Oliver? They could break out of prison, and yet they sit there.
Awaiting a judgment that doesn't come to them, because we don't know how to judge them.
Are we okay with that? How do we feel about that? Are we fine? Do we let them sit? Do we pass judgment on them?
We were gifted there is a resource that we have as a community, as a family, that is as powerful and runs as deep as the glowing individuals, the glowing ones. Let's see how they interact. If they go well into the water and nothing bad happens, I'm putting my faith in the water. The one thing we have as a community that is unknowable to us but is not hostile to us.
I thought you were referring to another resource we have that is not hostile to us but is unknowable to us. And I almost would prefer we go with the other unknowable, massive, powerful resource and say, maybe we ask the swarm what to do. We see if the swarm will take them, or if the swarm makes peace with them, maybe we make peace with them, or I think I would vote for counting on the swarm. It seems to know us pretty well. Maybe it will know them too.
All right.
Your turn.
This is all bad.
This game's dope.
Oh, good. King of Autumn. A natural disaster strikes the area. Choose one. You focus on giving everyone to safety. Remove an abundance when a project fails. You focus on protecting your supplies and hard work at any cost. Several people die as a result. I think the storm picks up one night, and we can barely see it since it's so dark, but the clouds are twisting, and they're creating that funnel, and it's coming down, and it touches down. And I think that as the clouds funnel down, we can see it break in the sky, so it becomes this tower of the sun is still there, coming through the sky now in this tornado. It's a tower of light and wind, and it is cascading through our community. And I think a project fails. The spikes get torn up off the walls, are shredded and ripped from us. They are sent spiraling through the sky, and let me look at our abundances. When the
lumber, water, and connection/unity.
When the storm settles, the swarm is gone. Entirely.
No.
Not a scrape of them, not a remainder. Somebody was getting to the age where they were going to go, and they try to join the swarm. The fog does not come in.
I would have been happy about that like an hour ago, but now I'm horrified.
We no longer have an abundance of unity.
Oh, no. So
Now,
I guess we'll cross out these swarm icons.
In second, I would like to start a project.
Okay. No contempt. We need to kind of be doing things.
You're right. And the one thing we need to be doing is I am going to put Oliver in the water.
Contempt.
We came to the edge. I look at them and we say, swim down. Because all the time they've been in those jail cells, we haven't been feeding them either. They have been fine. They have been constantly awake. They have not needed food or water. They're swimming down. Oliver swims 3 weeks. And we look as their form breaks the surface of the water glowing and then slowly dissipating. As when you look in, you can see the gold glistening form of them going down. Your turn. I'm going to mark that.
The Jack of Autumn. A project finishes early. That's not great.
Is there another option, or is that it?
That's the only option. And then if there's no projects underway, but there's one project underway.
Yikes.
Oliver gets underwater. The ground quakes.
Oh, God.
It's been about a week. The whole ground just shakes. And Oliver swims back up in what seems like seconds. It took a week to reach the bottom, and he swims up in what seems like a moment. And he comes bearing... And they come bearing a single coin. the coin that young Azalea saw at the bottom of the ocean. Or at the bottom of the lake, but the ocean.
We now know to be.
They come bearing this coin, and it just has the word resentment written on it.
God! That's bad!
It's very bad. It's not good. And they come bearing the coin that says resentment, and that's it. They don't say anything. They walk back to their prison cell and sit. But they look different somehow. Shaken. There was a cool confidence in the way that they sat in their prison cell, because they were kind of a heel. They were healing it up.
Mm-hmm.
That is gone from their face. Now they are shaken. Now they are uncertain. Now they are unnerved. And now they sit quiet.
This is fine.
This is good, actually? This is good.
This is fine. Alright. You still get a project or a discussion or to discover something.
We need to have a discussion. Do we still trust these objects? For all they've brought, do we think there is... Does this coin change how we feel about these objects? Can we trust the hammer? Can we trust the holy artifacts? The holy weapons?
Were they at the bottom of the lake for a reason?
Is that your comment?
That's my comment.
Indifference. We were indifferent to indifference. And perhaps that may be its greatest trap. And now we are resentful of the coin of resentment. Are we playing the game that these objects want us to play? Your turn.
Zoinks, Scoob. Alright. The 7 of Autumn. A project just isn't working out as expected. Radically change the nature of this project. When it resolves, I'll be responsible for telling how the community how it went, or something goes afoul and supplies are ruined, add a new scarcity. What projects do we have right now?
We have
Nothing.
We have no projects.
No
open.
projects. So it looks like something goes afoul. And there's a new scarcity. Again, we wake up in a morning. And we look at the stone walls that surround us. It used to be a full circle, now we understand it to be, there's that section that just goes on. That's fine, I guess. But we wake up this morning, and instead of being just a small section that's gone, it's an entire quarter of the city is just gone. Again, as far as you can see to the horizon line, it is brown dirt, cracked and faded, as if by a sun that is not there. And it just fades out into darkness. None of this is here. A new scarcity is knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
We are panicked. We are acting on instinct now. More things are happening around us. Is going to hell in a handbasket pretty fast.
It sure is. It really sure is.
I am going to start a, I think I'm going to... I want to hold the discussion because I want to put this ball in your court. Statement. Okay. We should put all these objects, everyone glowing, put them in the water, send them to the bottom. That's it. We cover this up with wood and we don't talk about this lake. We seal these away. They've caused us nothing but problems. Every one of them.
The water is the only thing that's kept us going. We need the water. If we put everything in the water, then we risk losing the one thing that's kept us going. We've lost so much. Also, are we the kind of people that would throw people in the water?
Like, they swam for a week. They're fine. They can live down there for all we know. Maybe they belong down there. We're not sentencing them to death. We are just... doing what we do best and moving on from a problem. I wasn't supposed to respond. Shit.
It's fine. No, I needed that response. No, I know, yeah, because I think it's. I thought it was question response response. That's how we've been playing it.
You're
so
right.
It's fine.
You're right.
All right, my turn. Ace of Autumn.
Oh God.
The community becomes obsessed with a single project.
Ah!
If there are no projects underway, the community becomes obsessed with a grandiose vision. Hold a discussion about this vision in addition to your regular action for the week.
Do you have any grandiose visions that you might want to partake in?
You know, I have one that I think I'd like to bring up. We've been caged in by these walls for too long. Like the swarm in the apartment complex we've taken to attacking. When we could, and like the swarm when they crack the windows. Maybe space will change things. Maybe we tear down these walls and we settle in the great cracked brown expanse. And we grow our community outward instead of inward.
If we do that, how do we know that we aren't just damning ourselves to vanish one night without a trace? This circle is not getting cursed. This circle is not being deleted. We still exist here. If we go out there, we run the risk of one day not. And then you still get a discussion or project.
Project. Remy explores.
I do love a good bookend. How long?
6 weeks. 5 weeks.
5 weeks?
5 weeks.
Like that we know the odd numbers means the other person's going to have to deal with it.
I feel like that makes it really... I feel like that's a thing that makes it fun. It's like being like, this is on you now.
Yeah, I agree.
5 weeks. It goes to you.
Alright. I'm biting my nails.
Remy has explored. She's explored before. She has to explore again. She will explore the great expanse.
We watch her fade into the distance one night into the darkness of the fog. Cold autumn winds drive out your enemies, remove a threatening force from the area, from the map and the area. And just like that, Remy goes out, and the city is back. That expanse is gone. That window is closed. It's as if it's just like we remembered it. Jeff, it's just like we remembered it. It's there now. It looks more intact. It looks steady. Yeah, the city's back, and it's looking for trouble.
Fuck. Alright, so what do you do? What's your action?
Yeah, you're right. I still have to do that. My action is... I'm putting in these... drawing in the city walls. My action is going to be... One week, I'm pushing those objects in the lake.
Okay.
Boop.
No
gone.
contempt. No contempt. There would have been contempt a week ago, but not now. No contempt. Nope. Get rid of them.
Yep. Objects in... hold on, I'm expanding that. Everything unnatural. That's the
Contempt.
objects. That is our holy weapons. That's Ollie.
Contempt. Taking that contempt token.
Ollie goes without questioning, without saying anything. They haven't spoken in so long. People don't recall what their voice sounded like, but they walk into the water and they disappear under it. And all the items go under. And yeah, I guess we'll see how that pans out next week.
I give up my contempt token because Oliver did something truly for the betterment of the community. They know something that I don't. And I hate it. I hate that they went into that water, but they know something that I don't. I'm going to draw my card now.
Yep, your turn.
My turn! Fun game!
Role-playing games are fun.
I drew 4 cards accidentally, so I guess I'll just hold on to them for the next few turns. The parish arrives. Who are they? What have they chosen for your community and for what? Or a small gang of marauders is making its way through local terrain.
my God. Both of those have a lot to unpack.
They sure do. The parish arrives. Let me give me some color here. The parish arrives. It is one entity.
No.
And yet it is so familiar. I'm going to draw a big yellow circle over where this crossed out mass of the swarm used to be.
Oh, no.
The swarm has formed into a hive mind entity. Shapeless, formless, glowing mass. That just, it looms over us. And it settles. And it says, "It is here."
It is here what? I didn't hear the other part of that.
No, I trailed off.
Oh, it just says it is here.
It is
cool.
Here. It is here. It has returned. It says, "We are here, and we have returned." And that's it. And that's horrifying.
Do they produce light? Is this a new sun? Do we see daylight?
Oh my God, we see daylight. Fuck.
Shit.
This game. It's so good.
I love it.
We see, the swarm dissipated, formed the parish, and has come back to bring daylight. And the project finishes. The weapons have been banished. And there's a glow, and in an instant, the lake settles. It has been tumultuous for the last week. It's been choppy, like an ocean in a storm. And now suddenly, there is a glowing at the center of the lake, drawing a series of lines. And there's a glowing at the middle of the lake, but it has settled. Someone takes a rock, a chunk of wood. We have wood. Someone takes wood, throws it at the bottom of the lake, and it lands with a thud. In an instant. Azalea, who first found the hammer, reaches their hand into the water and feels dirt. The lake is a few feet deep at most. We can see the ground. We can feel the ground. We see the sewer grate. We can get to the sewer grate, but it's still flooded. We'd still have to swim underwater to get to it. But that ocean has been sealed.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine.
That's good. I'm not actively unnerved at all. It's great. Your turn. Have fun. No. Oh no, I still have to do a thing. Good. Fun.
Oh yeah, you do.
I'm going to discover something new.
Okay.
The city is glowing.
Oh, good.
That same glow. Just the quarter of the city that disappeared and reappeared has started to take on that glow.
That's good.
Which I'm drawing yellow polka dots over the whole quarter of the city that disappeared. It's now started to glow.
This is fine.
This is good. This is good, actually, is the thing.
Alright, the 8 of Autumn. Someone sabotages a project and the project fails, or someone is caught trying to sabotage the efforts of the community. How does the community respond? I think our only project is Remy exploring right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that does fail, but not for the reasons we think.
Okay.
I think one day we're there and we're in our base, we're in our home, and Remy comes out through the gate, but she looks like she's been traveling. for months. She isn't glowing, she's tired, and she has a group of people with her. They're the people that first left with her. And she has terrible things to say about the outside. And she comes in, she sees the swarm, she's immediately terrified, and then people here, the rest of her team, sees their doppelgangers here that are glowing. The experiment, the project failed because Remy isn't exploring anymore. Whoever's out there is not Remy.
Fuck.
Or maybe these aren't Remy.
Fuck. Those are both bad? Both bad. Both things bad. Both things bad is the thing.
Discussion. What if we just walked into the swarm? Like, what if, honestly, again, just that's it. It's fucked out here. Statement.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not a question, observation. That thing is not the swarm.
You're right.
It says it is. It says it's the swarm. But is it actually, like, we don't know that. That is my response.
Alright. You actually drew 3 cards, right? So you've already got your next card in here.
I've got my next card. My next card, the last one I drew was the Gang of Marauders. Introduce a dark mystery. Oh boy.
Everything is a dark mystery game. We've already cursed ourselves with dark mystery.
Riley, have you considered what our story needs is a dark mystery?
You know what? You're right. You're right.
The city goes silent again. But as it does... Okay, yep. This is, you ready for things to get kinda bad?
Oh, are they not?
Just about to get... I'm going to underline these 3, this ellipses that represented that moment of silence. But I'm also going to draw a glow around it.
No, sound can't glow. Don't do that.
Well, what has happened is all around us, including in the downed apartment where the dwellers live, all the lights turn on. Everything at once illuminates. And all the sound cuts out.
No.
Okay, no, that's fine. Fair. No.
I veto.
Veto? We veto.
Okay.
I wish that we'd known that we had the veto option earlier, because there were probably a few other things that have happened that I may have vetoed.
You still have a thing to do, right?
I do. Project.
Don't laugh. Don't laugh.
Stop me if you've heard this before. But I think Remy needs to explore. No, I don't trust Remy to explore. No.
Yeah, immediate
Remy doesn't
contempt
explore.
to do that.
No, Remy does not explore. You know who hasn't let us down? And who we need to explore some of these buildings?
Who?
Azalea explores. Azalea found the hammer. Azalea found out that the water was toying with us. I don't think we appoint an explorer. I don't think we offer up a volunteered explorer. I think that we appoint an explorer. And I think Azalea explores 5 weeks. 4 weeks. We'll take 4 weeks.
Alright. Contempt, because I don't think nobody should be exploring. All right. Drawing a card. The community works constantly, and as a result, a project finishes early, or a group goes out to explore the map more thoroughly and finds something that had been previously overlooked. How good?
That's very good.
I think that Azalea is specifically exploring the Shining area, or just everything.
I think not the Shining area.
All right.
I think some of the buildings that have turned on. I don't want nobody's going near the Shining area. That area bad.
Well, so Azalea adventures out and checks out some of the stuff that's been turned on, and then she reaches an edge. She reaches what looks to be a large glass wall that reaches up, and she follows it, and she's followed around. She comes in to let us know we are inside of a dome. This whole city, everything that we know, is inside of a dome.
Good. Good, and good. Wonderful.
Alright, so now my next trick is just going to be discussion.
Mm-hmm.
We need to leave the dome statement.
Yes. My turn.
Your turn, hell yeah.
Let's see. Our last draw was our dark mystery.
Yeah, just the one.
No. Huh. Well. Okay.
I don't like any of those noises you've
So
made.
let me give you an update on what's happened. So remember that project that failed about Remy exploring? Yeah, she came back.
The other Remy. So now
The glowing Remy.
we have two Remys.
And Remy came back, and she saw Remy leaned against a wall, or she saw Remy. The two Remys saw each other.
Mm-hmm.
Remy. The difference between Remy and everyone else is, like, Remy was glowing.
Mm-hmm.
And Remy was glowing. Remy's crew were also glowing, but Remy was, like, glowing.
Mm-hmm.
Remy was glowing the brightest. Other Remy, it was moss to a flame.
Oh.
A fight broke out.
Oh.
Glowing Remy, original Remy, real Remy, is dead. The doppelgangers fled into the fog, laughing. Remy is gone.
So is glowing good or is glowing bad?
Good question.
Tight. Cool. Rad.
Good question.
All my heroes got tired.
Draw a little gravestone. I'm gonna write. I'm gonna zoom in so I can write in this just right. Where am I at? Where's my gravestone? It's west of the fire. There it is.
Look at you actually using the map to, like, navigate, too.
Mm-hmm. And we'll write this thin. Right. Rest in peace.
Ripperoni in Mastacholi. Alright.
Yep. So that's not good. Or maybe it is. There's really a lot of questions that I still have now.
Now, an important thing that I want your listeners to know as I'm about to draw is... Oh, wait, no, because you still have a thing. You still have a thing to go.
Discussion. Question.
Yes?
Is glowing good or bad? Do we know?
Anybody who hasn't been glowing and is now glowing is bad. Straight up bad. Anybody who has ever glowed before, bad. If you have been here the whole time, good. Don't go out there. Azalea's gonna come back, or she has come back. I'm pretty certain we just tossed her in the lake. I'm done. I don't know.
Like, we'll see what happens.
Now, the important
Maybe
thing.
she'll be fine.
Oh God. The important thing to know is that now we are about to enter into winter. And in winter,
Yes.
at any time, the game can end when we draw a
Yes.
card. So it could
That is
be
correct.
this first one that we turn around could be the end of the game. We are now working on borrowed time.
Yes. Though really, haven't we always been working on borrowed time?
Yes, the 6th of winter. The time has come to consolidate your efforts and your borders. Projects located outside the settlement fail and all remaining projects are reduced by 2 this week, or someone finds a curious opportunity at the edge of the map, start a project related to the discovery. That one, 6 weeks.
That one?
Yep. 6 weeks, project on the edge of the map.
Smash it.
They found a door.
A door?
It's stairs that lead up into what looked like the sky, what looks like the rest of the city, but it's stairs that are just painted to look like that. You walk up it and there's a door. It's locked, but we're gonna open it. Open the door. 5 weeks.
5 weeks.
And then I am going to I'm also going to start a project. Run out the swarm. I want that thing gone. I want it out of here.
Right.
I want it gone. We are going to kick it out. I don't know how.
Right.
3 weeks.
Noted.
That's my turn. I'm going to draw the door over here too.
Alright, my turn. My turn. 1 card. 5 of winter. Winter elements destroy a food source if this was your only food source at a scarcity. Or winter elements leave everyone cold, tired, and miserable. We've only got the one food source.
We've only got the one food source.
And I need that door. We're destroying it. Our food goes away.
Food goes away. Scarcity. Food.
Scarcity. Food. Just drawing a big X over our food crates.
We are working
Project.
tirelessly. Yes.
Smash the dome. 3 weeks.
Oh, dip. Okay.
Spending at contempt. Project be damned. Door be damned. Project be damned. I am acting selfishly. That dome is getting broken.
Break the dome. 3 weeks. All right.
Draw your card. I don't know why I'm getting so antagonistic towards you.
Dude, no, I feel. Don't
game.
worry. Someone goes missing. They're alone in the winter elements. Choose one. The community organizes constant search parties and the person is found. No one ever hears from this person. No one ever... Hey, you remember our friend Azalea?
I was just wondering what was up with her.
Well, keep wondering, because we'll never know.
Fuck.
Another one has been taken by the city, by the swarm, by the dome.
Break it.
Yeah, start a project 1 week. Start a project 2 weeks. Text. Destroy the apartment dwellers.
Contempt. Contempt. Can I take 2 contempt tokens? Contempt.
Do it. Take them.
I take 2 contempt tokens.
Everything's going to hell. I'm cashing in my contempt token to do this. This is all wild. Your turn.
Okay. 7 of winter. What is winter like in this area? How do community members react to the weather?
Apparently very
everything
bad.
Is hell. Everything is hell. But, it is...
Is it still constantly raining, or is it now constantly snowing?
Oh, it's snowing. Oh, it's so snowing all the time. It is just an endless... It's like, it's hailing. It's not even... I will add thicker, like, darker blue lines for hail.
Oh my god. Hey, can it be coin-sized hail?
Oh no, it's coin-sized hail. Oh, why? Why would you say a bad thing? Why would you suggest a thing that is bad?
Everyone's already having a hard enough time. Fuck.
Oh. Frick. Hail. Size of coins. Falling.
It's like,
Oh, and all the coins have words on them.
of course they do.
All of the pieces of hail. And they melt in your hand, but for a second you just see, like, paranoia.
Yeah.
Suspicion. Sorrow.
Regret.
Recklessness.
Oh, assimilation.
Oh.
You still gonna do a thing?
Frick.
We are going
Where's
to...
my
A timer is going to click down right now. And run out the swarm has expired. That has worked. Or that has happened.
Alright. The swarm has been extinguished.
As simple as that.
The swarm is gone.
We told it we did not want it here, and it left. The light has also gone with it. Because we're back in nighttime now.
It has. Project. Contempt token spent. 1 week.
Oh, God.
Warn the apartment dwellers.
Alright, okay. A lot of stuff is happening next week.
It's a big week. It's an exciting week.
It's important. I'm going to draw a card.
And it's going to end the game.
God, ain't that just the way it go? The 3 of winter. Someone comes up with an ingenious solution to a big problem. As a result, a project finishes early.
Everything comes up this week. Because all 3 other projects end this week. Only the one project remains, and it's opening the door.
Well, what I'm going to do is instead... I'm going to set the order of operations for these projects a little bit. One of them will finish first. We will destroy the apartment dwellers. I think it happens fast. We remove the wooden supports on the outside. We set fire to them because we don't understand and we are scared. And the fire spreads. And we realize how much it was needed to support that building. They might have gone to the sewers. We don't know. But that building collapses in on itself. I think we no longer have a scarcity of space because the building is gone. My next move is going to be hold a discussion. I think we should imprison the people that wanted to warn the apartment dwellers. They are cowards, and they do not have this community's best interest at heart. Your opinion?
I think that you're no better than the Glow. Or the Doppelgangers. Or the Parish, or the Swarm, or whatever you want to call it. I think that this dome... I think that you fall into this dome. Whatever this dome wants from you, I think you have succumbed to it. Or maybe you haven't, and this is just... maybe this is much darker and much simpler than that, but, like, I think that you have fallen to that, and if anyone should be imprisoned, it should be the people that destroyed that building.
And with that, you hear the sickening crack coming from the dome itself. The breaking has happened. It spiders up the wall of the dome, just in like wildly high, and it isn't opening yet. It isn't shattering open, but like the crack is slowly moving. You watch it move for hours, just up and up and up and up, and it looks like the sky is being shattered, because for some people that's all they knew. It's as if you looked outside and watch a crack appear on the clouds. It is so unnerving and unreal. But it continues to crack.
Mm-hmm.
It will fall. Your turn.
Okay. The King of Winter.
Oh, there we go.
The Frost Shepherds arrive. And the game is over. Whew. And that's it.
That's it. The last scene is like glass falling from from this dome onto the ceiling, just falling. Like that's it.
Mm-hmm.
What happens after that? No one knows.
Nothing. No one knows.
It's a fade to white,
Fuck.
and the credits roll in utter silence, like the city has been before.
Fuck.
Role-playing games are fun. Role-playing games are fun.
Fun games with friends is what we're all about here on Party of One. Oh wow! So should we take a few minutes of decompression time? Talk about all this.
Down.
So that was a lot.
That was an intense intense thing that happened here in front of us today.
Wow. That got dark.
It did get dark. I have found that this game has a tendency to do that, and I really like that.
I do. I like it a lot, because it doesn't feel like it should. Especially in the early days, it feels like it's kind of mysterious, and then it just spirals, and like, I liked that the worst of it all just came out.
Yep. And like, part of that is like, alright, I'm a heel now. I'm a heel. I don't know what else to do, so I'm just going to attack the thing that's over here. Like, it's very good in that way. And like, the idea that everybody can just continue to be like, now things get a little bit more wild, and you just have to keep one-upping one another is like the most stressful thing.
It was actively stressful. I was profoundly upset when you set that project. Like, I cannot put it into words. Dang. That game was really good.
I love The Quiet Years so much.
What a good game.
Oh, God. And like looking...
Riley, thank you so much for coming on Party of One. This was really very good.
This was absolutely rad. Thank you so much for having me. This has been
so
a blast.
Real quick, where can people find you and your work online?
I guarantee you, online and in the actual world, I am not a monster like I was in this game. If you want to find me, I am on Twitter at Rev Rybread. That is Rev like Reverend, Rybread like the rye bread.
Bread like bread.
Bread like actual bread. If you want to follow me there, that's great. I got a lot of cool stuff I post there. You know, I'm at Alien Happy Hour as the podcast network. I'm on there, the chat room. Sometimes I'm on Movie Club. Every Thursday night, I host Alien Happy Hour Wrestling Federation with my cousin Ben, where we play WWE 2K18 and then run out the storylines. Right now, Lapis Lazuli from Steven Universe is our women's champion. She fought an injured X-23 at Hell in a Cell, but now X-23 is coming back to take that belt back fully healed. It's very exciting. But most importantly,
that's very good.
Most importantly, if y'all could go to my Twitter, it's probably the pinned tweet, or Kickstarter, and check out Interstitial: Our Hearts Intertwined. It is the Powered by the Apocalypse role-playing game I made that is based on like the themes of Kingdom Hearts, crossover comics, and just taking two things that don't belong together, smashing them together, wiping away the dust, and figuring out how they work. It's about our friends. It's about relationships. It's about traveling to new worlds and meeting new people. I love this game a lot, and it would mean the world to me if you would check it out on Kickstarter. Interstitial, Our Hearts Intertwined.
All right. Well, I cannot recommend it enough. It is a great game. Thank you for coming on the show. This was awesome. And I'm going to throw it over to me in the future so that he can wrap up with the show. Take it, future me.
Thanks, past me. And thanks again to Riley for coming onto the show. That game was so intense and so good, and I absolutely loved it. Be sure to check out all of Riley's work in the show notes below, especially Interstitial, Our Hearts Intertwined, which is a phenomenal game. And be sure to follow Riley on Twitter at RevRyeBread. Then while you're on Twitter, follow us at Party of One Pod, then slide over to Facebook and like the show at facebook.com/PartyOfOnePodcast. You can also join our Discord community at bit.ly/PartyOfOneDiscord. Talk about the show, professional wrestling, role-playing games, whatever you want to talk about. We'll be around. If you enjoyed the show, consider leaving us a nice iTunes review, a social media shout-out, or word-of-mouth recommendation to a friend. All of those things help listeners find the show, which helps us do bigger and better and cooler things. You can also consider backing our Patreon at patreon.com/PartyOfOnePodcast. Patreon backers get access to bonus materials, mini podcasts, and interviews, and Patreon dollars help pay for equipment fees, hosting costs, convention stuff, all the little things that keep the show rolling. If you listen to this show and you thought, man, I just really want to listen to Jeff Stormer speak for like another 45 minutes to an hour to one other person, well, have I got the podcast for you. All My Fantasy Children is a character creation, storytelling, and world-building podcast powered by you. Every week, my best friend Aaron Catano Saez and I take a listener prompt and spin it into original fantasy character, populating a shared universe one story at a time. Episodes drop every Friday at allmyfantasychildren.com. Party of One is produced and edited, as always, by Jeff Stormer and Jen Frank. All music for the show comes from the song Infinite Lives by Megaran featuring the D&D Sluggers. If you're interested in coming onto the show, whether you are a podcaster, game designer, professional wrestler, writer, actor, musician, comedian, kaiju, financial guru, or you just love a good role-playing game, you can email me at partyofonepodcast@gmail.com. And that's it for me. Thank you so much for listening, and until next time, remember to fight the forces of fascism every single day. Remember that self-love and self-care are radical and defiant acts of resistance, and as always, party on, everybody.